What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream from the Scale It Learning channel. And today we are tackling the PSAT, NMSQT. Did I say that right? National Merit Scholarship Qualifying Test. Yeah, NMSQT test. And this is the practice test number 2 from the College Board website.
What's up, everybody?
Hold on, just making sure our audio is good here. Yeah, it sounds great. All right, and it's practice test 2. Now, I think a year ago I did practice test 1. The reason why I'm choosing to do it today is because a lot of schools are giving it this week, I think even starting this Wednesday. So this is the time for anybody who is out there prepping for the PSAT and nervous about it, excited about it. You want to follow in and really nail the math. This is the way to do it, watching me tear through this test. And by the way, for those of you who are studying just for the regular SAT, I think I saw some people ask, hey, is this good practice? Right? Logan was asking that. And I'd say definitely it is. This is still going to be great practice for the regular SAT because it's pretty much the same deal, right? It's just shorter. This is only 17 questions versus excuse me, for the SAT it's 20, but otherwise it's pretty much the same deal. Here we go. So Arthar, what's up? Faris, what's up? Sarah, hey, what's up? Baki, okay, Logan. People are here. We are ready to rock. So if you are new to the channel, I'm taking this test for the first time in real time. I have not seen it before. That's always part of the fun. And we are I'm going in blind, just as if you guys were taking this test for the first time. And the whole idea is you're going to watch me pivot, problem solve, attack it strategically, and then be able to adopt and use those strategies. I'm also going to be explaining the problems to the best of my abilities within the time constraints as I go through it. And I believe this is still let me just double check. I think I just looked it up. The PSAT is still, it's still 25 minutes. So I got the timer set up for 25 minutes. And yeah, Nathan, I am doing one tomorrow as well. I'll be finishing the calculator section. Okay, here we go. We got 25 minutes on the clock. And we're going to start in 3, 2. Oh, wait, let me get this set up. 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. All right. Which of the following is the equivalent expression of this guy? I'm immediately looking at this and I'm seeing they probably factored. What can I factor out of this? I can factor out a 3 from the 15 and 24 and an x. So I'm assuming it's going to be a 3x out front. And then it's going to be 5 plus 8a. Now, I don't see that option here, actually. That would have been my first instinct, just go like that. I don't see that option, so now I'm going to have to eliminate based on what doesn't that equal. Definitely doesn't equal that. Definitely doesn't equal this. Where's the 39 coming from? They added those. That doesn't make any sense. This one doesn't work either. If I redistribute that back, it's 5x plus 8ax. This is the winner, right? Because 15, if I redistribute the x, I get 15x plus 24ax. So I did a little too much work there, but that's okay. The formula D equals RT is used to calculate the distance an object travels over a period of time, t, at a constant rate r. Based on this formula, what is the rate r? Okay, isolating quantities problem, simply solve for r, aka divide both sides by t, right? This is just variable isolation, divide both sides by t, and you get r equals d over t. Boom, done. I just would hate to get a question like this wrong, so I'm making sure I didn't make any silly mistakes over a period based on this. Those are in terms of D. Yeah, D over T. Good. Okay. 3, which of the following ordered pairs satisfies both equations? AKA solve the system of equations. It's perfectly set up for substitution. Or maybe we don't do substitution. X equals. Yeah, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to add 4 to the other side because I don't want to foil a y minus 4 and all that stuff. So I'm going to add 4 to this side. I'm going to say y equals x plus 4. Then I'm going to plug that in here. Then I got x plus 4 equals x squared plus 3x minus 4. I'm going to bring everything over, set it equal to 0. It's x squared. Subtract x from both sides. It's plus 2x. Subtract 4 from both sides. Negative 4 plus negative 4 is negative 8. Now I'm going to see if I can factor this guy, right? I got an x and I got an x. I got what multiplies to negative 8 and adds to positive 2 is positive 4 and negative 2. Okay. And then in this case, now what are my 2 zeros? My zeros are going to be at 2 and negative 4. So those are the options for the answers This is the only one that hits it, but I'm not just going to move on like that. I'm going to double check and make sure that works. If I plug 2 in here for X and I add 4, yeah, I do get 6 for Y, but I'm going to double check here too. If I plug 2 in for X, I get 4 plus 6 is 10 minus 4 is 6. 2, 6 works. Boom, done. Which of the following is a solution to the equation? This guy. All right, let's isolate and solve. Again, it's a quadratic, so I'm going to bring everything to the left side. Let's take everything to the right side, so I have a positive x squared. Subtract 2x squared from both sides, and I get 3x squared minus, here, let's write it out actually. 2x squared plus 4x equals, I'm going to rearrange this, 3x squared plus 3. So first I'm going to subtract 2x squared from both sides. Boom. And then I get 4x equals x squared plus 3. And then I'm going to subtract 4x from both sides and basically just bring that over. And again, I got a situation where I can factor nicely, right? What multiplies to positive 3 and adds to negative 4? Negative 1, negative 3. Boom. So I got two solutions, 1 and 3, because whichever ones get this equal to 0. 1 is not there, 3 is there. Boom, done. Now I'm going to verify. 3 squared is 9 times 2 is 18 plus 12 is 30 on the left side. Plug it in here. 3 squared is 9 times 3 is 27 plus 3 is also 30. It works. We are done. Moving on to number 5. If xy is a solution to the system of equations above, what is the value of x? AKA solve via either elimination or substitution. If you know my streams, I'm partial to elimination. So I'm going to solve for x. Check it out. That means I would like it if I can cross off the y's here. That would be really ideal. So let's set it up for that. If I can get these guys set up, what's the least common multiple? 20. So I'm going to multiply the top by 5 to get a negative 20. I'm going to multiply the bottom by negative 2. That way I'm going to get a positive 20. They will cancel out. On top, we got negative 15x minus 20y equals 100. On the bottom, I got negative 2x plus 20y equals negative 32. Kill those guys. That's negative 17x equals 100 minus 32 is 68. Divide both sides by negative 17. X equals negative 4. And if I want to verify, that means x is negative 4, 20. Y is negative 2, according to the second one. So let's plug it in here. Negative 4. Oh, one of my lights went out. Hope that's okay. Negative 4 times negative 3 is 12 plus 8 is also 20. So we just verified. Wait, let me see if I can fix it. Okay. Yeah, that little thing falls out of the thing sometimes. All right, here we go. Number 6. Did I get that? Yeah. Okay, the equation y equals 36 plus 18x models the relationship between the height y in inches of a typical golden delicious apple. This is height. This is the years. X is often time in these linear equations after it was planted. If the equation is graphed in the xy plane, what is indicated by the y-intercept? That's the y-intercept. That means at time 0, meaning 0 years, right? At 0 years, I'm going to have a height of 36. So after it was planted. So when it's planted, it's already 36 inches. Nope. Yep. Number of years it takes to, no, that doesn't make any sense. The number of inches, no. The number of inches it grows per year would be 18. That's the slope change, right? Rate of change. Giovanni wants to buy shirts that cost $19.40 each and sweaters that cost $24.80 each. An 8% sales tax will be applied to the entire purchase. If Giovanni buys 2 shirts, which equation relates to the number of sweaters purchased? Sweaters purchased, P. Oh, sorry. No. What am I doing? Why did I say 2? The number of sweaters purchased times $24.80, because each sweater is $24.80, and the total cost. So basically what I do is I'd add this, and then to get the total cost, we have an 8% sales tax. So I don't multiply it by 0.08. I multiply it by 1.08 because the sales tax is added on. That's how we add on 8%. We'd basically say 8% is 0.08 plus 1. If it was a reduction, we'd be talking 92%, but it's not, right? So which of the, if Giovanni buys future, which of the following equation relates the number of sweaters purchased and the total cost y in dollars? So it's going to be this one. You see, all they did was they multiplied this by 2 and made it 38.80. Let's just verify. This, they didn't apply the sales tax, right? The 1.08 here, and they multiplied this by 0.92. It doesn't exactly make sense. Like, we'd been dividing by 0.92, and it'd be kind of close, but it would be not exact. This doesn't make any sense, because why would we multiply that by, this is saying this is 8% higher than the total. That doesn't make sense. So anyways, A is the winner. Number 8, a line is graphed in the XY plane. If the line has a positive slope, meaning it's going up like this, and a negative y-intercept, right? Here's the y-intercept, and here's the origin, right? Which of the following points cannot lie on the line? -3 makes sense, because that would just be in the third quadrant, sure. -3, +3, that would be in the second quadrant. That can't happen. 3, -3, so let's say 3, like pretend this is 3, and that could be -3. Like, the scaling doesn't matter. I can just see that the point is I have stuff in the third, the fourth, and the first. I don't have anything in the second. That's in the second. So this is in the fourth. That's theoretically possible. And that's in the first. That's possible as well, right? 3, 3. Just if I slid it back. I mean, it's all possible. You don't have to be like, wait a minute, 3, 3 is up here. That would miss the line. I just drew an arbitrary line just to give you an idea of the zones. All right, next. A parachute design uses 18 separate pieces of rope. Okay. Each piece of rope must be at least 270 and no more than 280. What inequality represents all possible values of the total length of the rope? So it's 18 times x, each one, and x has to be between 280 and 270. So, which are the following inequality represents all possible values of the total length of the rope x in centimeters needed for the parachute? So then, and I need to multiply everything by 18 and I'll get it, right? Because then it's 8. Wait a minute. Oh. Sorry. Hold on. Which inequality represents all possible values of the total length of rope? Got it. Okay. I kind of wrote this wrong. I'm going to show you why. This inequality should actually say x over 18. So forget this. This is not the length of the whole parachute. X is the length of the whole parachute. X divided by 18. Each one of these is less than 280, greater than that. So to get the final answer, I need to multiply everything by 18, and then I get it. So this is a little tricky on the no calculator, so we're going to have to multiply it out, right? 0, 6, 5, 16, 21, 0, 7, 2, 0, 6, 8, 4, 4, 8, 6, 0. So it's these two. And then now we got to do 18 times 280, which basically adds 180 to that. So it's 5,040. But if you want to make sure, 4, 6, 16, 22, 0, 0, 8, 2, 0, 4, 10, carry the 1, 5, and we're good to go. Boom. Numero 10. A carpenter has $60 with which to buy supplies. The carpenter needs to buy both nails and screws. Got it. Nails cost $12.99. And screws cost $14.99, right? If N represents the number of boxes of nails and S represents the number of screws, following situation. Okay, so we don't need to solve. We just need to know what is this N plus S? Wait, I must have missed something. Hold on. The carpenter needs to buy both nails and screws. Okay, that just means that each of these has to be greater than or equal to 1. This doesn't make sense. Why would it be less than or equal to 1 for the boxes? Like, that's bizarre. So it's C or D. And then the question is, he's got $60, so he must spend less than 60, not greater than 60. So it's got to be this. But you can see $12.99 times the number of boxes is what I'd spend for N. $14.99 times S is what I'd spend for S. And then this value, a carpenter has 60. So we have to buy less than that. It has to be less than or equal to 60. Boom, done. 11. And by the way, if you guys do like this video and are finding it helpful, feel free to click that like button. Much appreciate the support if you are liking it. In the figure above, which of the following ratios has the same value as AB over BC? This is a tricky trig one. All right, hold on a second here. I have to think about this because it's not a right angle. 1 sec, 28. Hold on a second. We have to use trig here, which is so check this out. Sine AB over BC. Hold on. AB over BC. Okay, here's how I'm going to do it. Sine of 28 in this first triangle, kind of making the assumption, sine of 28 equals BD over AB. No, that's assuming that's a hypotenuse. Hold on. I'm making an assumption, right? BD over, hold on. I know how to do this. I know this will cosine of 72, but we don't know if it's right. I've done one of these before, and I remember these are a little tricky. Hold on. AB over BC, 28. So AB, so it's, so let's assume this is the hypotenuse, right? So it's tangent. So it's, no, it's not. It's tangent of this, right? AB over BC. It's BD over BC. No, it's not there. Because I'm saying 20. Oh, no. Here's where I'm going with it, right? Tangent. Yeah, actually, that is what I was thinking. Opposite over adjacent. And then in this triangle, it's the same x value. It's opposite. Oh, it's BD over DC. It's this one. Okay. Here's my logic. I'm going to come back to this one to make sure I did that correctly. Here's where I was with it, okay? In this giant triangle, I'm saying that this angle over here, if I took tangent, I'm kind of making the assumption this is the hypotenuse. So if I took tangent of this, it's going to be opposite over adjacent, AB over BC, right? Then we know that tangent of every angle is the same, right? It doesn't matter. So then when in this triangle, it's still the same angle. And then tangent here would be opposite over adjacent, BD over DC, and that's why those two are equal. There's probably a better explanation for how to do that, so let me come back to that, and I'll think a little bit more, but I want to make sure I don't run out of time. If the equation above where A is constant true for all positive values of x and y, what is the value of A? Got it. Okay, so I'm going to simplify this first. I'm going to distribute the exponent, so it becomes x, y to the 3/2, right? Just multiply, times x to the 2/3, y to the 1/3 times 3 is just y. Then I'm going to combine. This is going to add 1 plus 2/3 is 5/3. X to the 5/3. Y to the 1 plus 3/2 is 2 to 5/2, which means that A equals 5. Done. All right, got to move a little faster because I think I burned a lot of time on that question. 13. If the equation this is graphed in the xy plane, what is the x-coordinate of the parabola's vertex? Well, the x-intercepts are at 6 and -12, and that's really helpful because the vertex is symmetrically in between the x-intercepts. So what's in between 6 and -12, a.k.a. the midpoint? So I'm going to add -12 plus 6, which is -6 divided by 2 is -3. And I can see that -3, it makes sense because that's 9 away from this, 9 away from that. Boom, done. Okay, 14. No calculator. Now we get a dip in difficulty, and we only got 4 questions left. In the equation above, a is constant. For what value of a does the equation have an infinite number of solutions, aka when both sides are going to be equal? So 21x plus 14 equals 21x plus 7a. These guys are obviously equivalent. We need these guys to be equivalent. A has to equal 2. Boom, done. Infinite number of solutions. Both sides of the equation must be the same. Don't forget that. If they said no solutions, then both sides, then that constant would have to be different. Everything would be the same except for the constant. Julianne practiced her dance routine for twice as many minutes on Monday as she did on Tuesday. She practiced her routine those 2 days for a total of 2 hours and 50 minutes. That means if we add them together, we get 135 minutes. For how many minutes did Julianne practice her dance routine on Monday? AKA, let's solve. So 3x equals 135 divided by 3 divided by 3. I believe that's 45, right? Because 45, 120, 15, 35. Yeah. So that means she practiced on Tuesday for 45 minutes, on Monday for double that, which is 90. For how many minutes did she practice her dance routine on Monday? 90. Right? That adds up to 2 hours and 15 minutes. I think we're good. 15, 16. In the expression below, a is an integer. If 3x plus 4 is a factor of the expression above, what is the value of a? Hold on. The best way to do this is... Do I do synthetic division? Okay, I can do synthetic division, or I can do long division if I want. I can also probably figure this out without that. So here, 3x plus 4, I can just kind of factor it, right? And if I factor 3x plus 4 out, that means this would be a 4x here. And I know I have to get negative 20, so this has got to be a minus 5. And then I can FOIL this out, and I'll figure out what a is. This is one way to do it. I think it's the fastest way. 12x squared minus 15x plus 16x minus 20. Combine these guys to be 1x, so it's 1. Now, the other way I can do it is, since I have a little time, and I know I still have to go back to the other problem, 3x was 4. So if I divided 12x squared plus ax minus... No, this wouldn't be as good, actually, because this is going to take a lot longer. So I'd be like 4, 12x squared minus 16, negate, cancel. Then it'd be ax plus 16, bring down the minus 20. No, this isn't good. I don't like that. Because then we have to get... then we'd have to add... that should be a 4x. Then we'd have to add a over 3 because that would multiply against that to get that a to match up, right? Then it'd be ax plus 12 over a, and that would be, of course, negative 4. And then we can see that this is supposed to be a factor, so this would cancel out. Then we could see that, when I negate, negative 4, actually we just say negative 4 equals 12 over a. Oh, wait a minute. See, this didn't work. This didn't work because then I've got, this would give me a negative 3. So I messed something up here. 4 8/3. Oh, that's why. So this is supposed to be 4 8/3. There we go. So then I'd get negative 4 equals 4 8/3. 4 8/3, yikes. And that's negative 12. 4 8/3. Something's off. I think it's what? I'm going to go with it. I know this can be a viable method, but it's more complicated. Let me just make sure again. So if it's 12x squared, then it'd be plus x minus 20. Factor. We're just double checking. Oof. 3x plus 4, and then it's 4x minus 5. 12x squared, negative 15x, positive 16x gives you the 1, and then minus 20. We're good. 1 is the answer. Wasted too much time. Sorry. It happens. In the expression above, a, b, and c and d are non-zero constants, and ad equals bc. Got it. AC equals 18. BD equals 50. What is the value of the coefficient of the xy term when the expression is multiplied out and like terms are collected. All right, let's FOIL. ACX squared minus ADXY plus BCXY minus BDY squared. Got it. Okay, let's plug and chug. AC is 18, 18x squared. AD we don't know. Oh, but AD and BC are equivalent. Oh, look at that. They cancel out. Boom, boom, because they're opposites, right? And then BD is 50. Okay. Of X, what is the value of the coefficient of the XY term? It's zero. I thought you couldn't get 0. Hold on. AD. I thought 0 wasn't a viable answer on the free response. Hold on a second. A, B, C, and D are non-zero constants, and AD, oh, let me make sure I did that right. AC squared minus ADXY plus BCXY minus BDY squared. And then we got ACX squared, which is 18x squared. We got minus of the XY term minus AD, which is that, plus BC. That's very strange. I guess I thought you can't get 0, but I feel like that's the right answer. Okay, we're going to go back. This was a pretty hard PSAT. I'm going to go back. I have 1 minute left. Let's go back and look at this problem one more time. Just see if I can get a better explanation. I'm still pretty sure that's right, but okay. So I think it also has to do with that, like, sine of a complement equals cosine of a, sine of an angle equals cosine of the complement. So for example, it didn't say that this is 90, unfortunately, but I do know that 28, let's see. So as I move along, those guys are 180. That's 28. That's 28. I know that I think if I made the assumption that this is right, I can't remember. Okay, I'm gonna check the answers, but hopefully my logic and the other way that I explained it made sense. We're gonna stop the clock and we're gonna go ahead and grade this. See if I made any mistakes, and then we'll take it from there. I'm curious about that 0 1 now. All right, let's see. Boom. Okay. Math calculator tests. So we got DAB, DAB. Then we got 4 is CCBA, CCBA. Then we got 8 is BCDA, B, C, D, and A. Excellent. So that one was correct. And then 12 is C and B. So far, so good. Then we got a 2. We got a 90. We got a 1. And we got a 0. Okay, so 0 was correct, and that's great. And I guess for some reason in my mind, I was remembering that the free response, because I don't think I've ever seen a 0 as an answer. For some reason, I was remembering that. Actually, let's see if they say. Hold on. They say something for the grid-ins about that rule, but I might be totally remembering that wrong. Problem entered in the grid. Yeah, maybe it doesn't say anything, and maybe I just sort of imagine that in my mind that it's not supposed to be 0. But there you have it. I hope that was helpful, guys. Let's see what we got in the comments. And I hope you guys did enjoy that. And if you did like that, please click that like button. If you did find it useful, the likes are super appreciated and very helpful for the channel and the growth of the channel and helping more people like yourselves. All right. How did I get the 0? Because they said that AD and BC are equal. So if one's negative, one's positive, they're going to cancel out, right? Yeah, this was a hard test, man. Like, this is one of the hardest I have seen. I don't know if ever, but it's one of the hardest I've seen. A is correct. Oof, 20 seconds. Yeah, explain how to do 12. Yeah, 12 is no problem, really. It's just the rule of what you do with those floating exponents. And what they do is they multiply the exponents in the inside as long as they're all being, as long as it's one big product, one big term. So it's 1/2 times 2 gives you 1. 1/2 times 3 gives you 3/2. 1/3 times 2 gives you 2/3. 1/3 times 3 gives you 1. And now we add the exponents, right? So it is, oh, thank you so much for the donation. Somebody donated $5. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate that. And then it's x times 2/3. So it's really x to the first plus, or 1 plus 2/3, which equals 5/3. That's how I got that here. And this is 5/2. 1 plus 3/2 gives you 5/2. And then you know that the A, it's equivalent. So who just, how do I see who donated? Watching your videos, Nathan. Oh, yo, thank you very much, Nathan. If you have a question, throw it out there. I'll answer it right now. That donation is so kind. Do you have to? No, you don't have to show your work. That's the beauty of a standardized test. I mean, you should to some degree to make sure you're being careful. But yeah, so I have a video course. Of course, you can purchase that in the link below. But this is also, if you want to email me for one-on-one tutoring, you're welcome to do so, and we can talk about that. But the course, I think you can get. I think it's for $150 now. I gotta double check, but then there's a discount if you sign up for my mailing list. So, thank you, Omar. No, this is not PSAT 8/9. That's gonna be an easier test. This is hard. Yeah, I mean, look. Here's the deal with the last question. Okay. Hold on, 11. Yeah, 11 is tricky. Okay, look. First of all, 13's not so bad. I'm just going to say this because it's in between. These are the y-intercepts, right? 6 and -12 are the x-intercepts. The vertex is always right in the middle of those. What number's right in between 6 and -12? It's -3. 9 away from each, right? That's basically the gist of that one. I do have to go in a second, but let me see if I can quickly figure out a better way to explain 11. So for 11, in the figure above, which of the following ratio is the same value of AB over BC? So AB over BC. And then, because we can't assume it's right. So, and now I got it. This was so much easier than I thought. This happens sometimes, right? We don't necessarily see it through in the moment. They both have a 28. And okay, look at this triangle. Oh my God, this was so much easier than I thought. Look at this triangle and look at this triangle. They're both similar because they share an angle and an angle. It's an overlapping angle. So the red and the green triangles are similar. Therefore, this side, which is opposite the 28, over this side, which is, the side opposite the X is AB. The side opposite the 28 is BC. So we do the same thing in this triangle. The side opposite the X is BD. The side opposite the 28 is DC. It's just similar triangles and proportionate sides. That's it. Didn't need any trig. I don't know why I even brought trig into the mix. Because there was a problem like this that I remember that was involved trig before. That's why I overcomplicated it. Still got the right answer. It was, yeah, Joseph, you're right. Boom. Yeah, look, I get those questions all the time. You are trying to, so squigglies, you're trying to raise it you're trying to bump it up. You're already doing amazing. Right? You're already in the 700s, so you're just trying to go that little extra. I just worked with a student like that recently. That's going to take some specific analysis. You're going to have to look at the types of questions that keep tripping you up. Are they the harder ones? There's 41 categories. Which ones do they keep cropping up in? Look back at all your tests, and then if you can figure out which ones you keep hitting or you keep missing, then you can drill down on those specific categories, either using College Panda, which is an amazing resource. They have a book that's all broken down by question types, or just hit up Khan Academy and drill down on those questions. You also have my video course that I would take after you go through all the Khan Academy stuff, right? You can purchase it in the link below. There's a link, and you can check that out. I have an additional 700 practice problems, again, organized by practice question type. So you can use all these resources to just keep hitting it and keep refining down and eliminating those mistakes. Okay, guys, for those of you taking the PSAT, I wish you all the best of luck. I'm going to be doing another one of these streams tomorrow, so make sure to check that. I'm going to try and post the time earlier, so I'm not doing it so last minute, so you guys get more of a heads up, but it's going to be awesome. We'll do the calculator section and check this out because this looks pretty tough, so it's been fun. What's up, Brandon? Thank you guys so much for joining, and I will see you in the next video. Take it easy.